Farmers, the backbone of the land, have had enough. For years, they've relied on John Deere, trusting the machines that power their farms. But now, a breaking point has been reached. What Deere just did has pushed them too far, and the response is nothing short of explosive. Tractors parked, fields abandoned, protesters flooding the streets. The very people who feed the world are taking a stand, and this time, they aren't backing down. What sparked this uprising? And how far will it go? The answers are unfolding right now. John Deere has been a trusted name in farming for nearly 2 centuries. The company started in 1837 when John Deere, a blacksmith from Vermont, invented the steel plow. This innovation changed agriculture by making it easier to till tough soil, increasing productivity for farmers. Over the years, John Deere expanded its product line, creating tractors, harvesters, and other machinery that became essential tools for farmers worldwide. For decades, the company was seen as a farmer's best friend. It provided high-quality equipment and reliable service, helping farmers work more efficiently. However, in recent years, John Deere's priorities have shifted. Instead of focusing on farmer independence, the company has created a closed system where it controls how its machines are repaired. Farmers who once trusted John Deere now feel trapped by its policies. The main issue is John Deere's use of proprietary software in its machinery. While modern tractors and harvesters are more advanced than ever, they come with built-in restrictions that prevent farmers from making their own repairs. If a tractor breaks down, the owner cannot simply replace a part or troubleshoot the issue. Instead, they must call a John Deere certified technician, which can be expensive and time-consuming. John Deere argues that these restrictions are necessary to protect its intellectual property and ensure safety. The company claims that allowing farmers to access repair software could lead to improper modifications, which might cause accidents or malfunctioning equipment. However, many farmers believe these restrictions are more about profit than protection. By forcing customers to use only John Deere's repair services, the company increases its earnings while limiting farmers' options. This has led to widespread frustration among farmers, who feel that owning a piece of equipment should mean having the right to fix it. The right to repair movement has gained momentum as farmers push back against these restrictions, demanding the ability to service their own machines without interference. For farmers, time is everything. Planting and harvesting seasons are short, and any delay can lead to serious financial losses. When a tractor or combine breaks down, it can bring an entire farm's operations to a halt. Under John Deere's policies, farmers often have to wait days or even weeks for an authorized technician to come and fix the problem. For example, if a GPS receiver in a tractor malfunctions, the farmer cannot simply swap it out for a new one. Instead, they must wait for a technician to arrive, diagnose the issue, and then replace or reprogram the part. This delay can cost farmers valuable time and money. In some cases, if a part is no longer supported by John Deere, the only option is to buy an entirely new system, which can cost thousands of dollars. Financial strain is even worse for small-scale farmers, who already operate on thin profit margins. Many cannot afford to constantly pay for expensive repairs or buy new equipment. As a result, some are forced to use older, less efficient machines, which reduces their productivity and competitiveness. Others take on debt just to keep their farms running, making it harder for them to survive in the long term. The impact of these policies goes beyond individual farmers. When crops are not planted or harvested on time, food supply chains are disrupted. This can lead to shortages of essential goods like grains, fruits, and vegetables, driving up prices for consumers. In an era where inflation is already a concern, anything that raises food costs affects millions of people. In response to John Deere's strict repair policies, farmers have taken action. A grassroots movement advocating for the right to repair has gained traction across the United States. Farmers argue that when they buy a tractor or harvester, they should have access to the tools, software, and parts needed to maintain and fix it. This movement has led to political action. Several states have introduced bills that would require companies like John Deere to provide repair tools and diagnostics to independent technicians and equipment owners. The biggest victory came in 2022, when Colorado passed the nation's first right-to-repair law focused on agriculture. This law set a precedent for future legislation, proving that change is possible. Despite these efforts, John Deere and other manufacturers continue to resist. The company spends millions on lobbying to prevent similar laws from being passed in other states. It argues that allowing open repairs would lead to safety risks and intellectual property theft. However, many farmers see these claims as fear tactics designed to maintain corporate control. The fight is far from over. As more farmers join the cause, pressure is mounting on lawmakers to take action at the federal level. The goal is to create national legislation that would prevent companies from locking out farmers from their own equipment. John Deere's repair restrictions have also started to affect its business. Many farmers, frustrated with the company's policies, are looking for alternatives. This has allowed competitors like CNH Industrial, AGCO Corporation, and Kubota to gain ground in the market. Kubota, for example, has become popular among small-scale farmers because it offers more affordable and flexible equipment. AGCO Corporation, which owns brands like Fendt and Massey Ferguson, has built a reputation for respecting farmer autonomy by providing easier repair options. Meanwhile, CNH Industrial, the parent company of Case IH and New Holland, has expanded its focus on advanced precision farming technology, directly competing with John Deere. Shift in market preference is already visible in John Deere's sales numbers. In the third quarter of 2024, the company's sales dropped by 27.6% compared to the previous year. In contrast, competitors saw smaller declines or even modest growth. This indicates that more farmers are willing to switch brands to avoid restrictive repair policies. Emerging markets are also contributing to this trend. In countries like India and Brazil, where farming practices are different, John Deere is struggling to maintain its dominance. Local manufacturers and multinational brands are offering more flexible solutions, making it harder for John Deere to compete. John Deere's policies are not just an issue for farmers, they have larger economic consequences. When farmers cannot repair their equipment quickly, their productivity suffers. This leads to lower crop yields, which impacts the entire agricultural supply chain. When food production drops, prices increase, affecting everyone from grocery stores to consumers. The biggest impact is felt in rural farming communities. Many small towns rely on agriculture as their main source of income. When farmers are forced to spend more on repairs and replacements, they have less money to invest in local businesses. This weakens the economy of these regions, making it harder for small farms and businesses to survive. The ongoing fight for the right to repair is not just about fixing tractors. It is about protecting livelihoods, preserving local economies, and ensuring that farmers have the independence they need to continue feeding the world. Will this stand have the impact farmers are hoping for, or will it only escalate things further? How will this shape the future of agriculture? These are the questions that need to be answered. If you're invested in this story and want to stay updated on every twist and turn, don't forget to like and subscribe. The fight is just beginning, and there's much more to come. Stay tuned.